Okay. Or Samson, can you hear me? Okay. Okay. All right. I believe you guys can hear me, and
Okay.
all right. Okay, guys, can you guys hear me now? Okay, yeah, I think you guys can hear me now. All right, I'm really thankful that everyone has still found a way to still stay on the session with all the technical challenges that we've had. Seriously, this is going to be worth your patience and time. Yeah, so this is like the very first time that we're trying using live streaming services, right? So we did try to experiment on some things earlier on, and then we did try to experiment on some things earlier on, but it didn't really work out. So yes, this is like how it works. Okay, so we're going to like kickstart like like immediately. Yes, so I think what we can just do like quickly right now is Haytham is going to just demo their application, just the demo of the application of his of the application as it was built in Adalo, and then you get to just see the possibilities with regards to like a real life application. Then after that, we will go straight into developing at least one application. We're going to start from the beginning to the end of just building one application and then see how Adalo really works. All right, for day one. Thank you very much for your patience. So Haytham is going to just like demo his app right now. Thank you.
Okay, hello guys. Can you hear me well? You can write in YouTube chat. Can you hear us? There is some people saying they can't hear a thing yet. Can you hear? Okay, it's Silva is waving. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Gladys. Thank you, Paul. Okay, so basically to recap again on what we're saying, and I know that you might have attended the previous session or the previous presentation, but let me recap very fast. First of all, we have created our MVP on Adalo. Adalo is a no-code tool to develop your apps, to develop your solutions. You can just create an app just like designing on Figma or Adobe XD or something. And this is the magic happens. You can like do the full app and start deploying it on App Store or Play Store or even on the web as a PWE app or something, or a responsive web solution, web or SaaS product. So basically, in matter of days, you can have a fully functional solution to start user testing it, or to start raising money, or to start raising funds, and so on. So basically, I'm not gonna go through all of the big presentation that we really did, saying the target audience and stuff like that. I'm gonna go through directly to Adalo. Let's log out. This is our developed app for Assisteva, Tiva Learn. Basically, it's the first educational courses platform to people with disabilities all around the world, to help them learn school curriculum, to help them learn about art and music, to help them learn about technologies and how to use the computers and so on, and also to educate their families and mentors and teachers on how to dealing with them. So basically, right now, this is the home screen. You can let's log in. So basically, let's go to the guest login. I don't know. Okay, so I've been talking, but I need to present the screen. Let me share the screen. I think David is watching the comment section, the chat section on YouTube. So we will be up to date. Okay, guys, can you see the screen right now? Anybody, shout out if you can see the screen. Guys, can you see the screen? Nope. So I'm already sharing my screen. Okay, I think David needs to make it on stage. Make my screen on stage. Can you do the, can, yes, can you do my screen on StreamYard on stage?
Stage. Is that possible?
From StreamYard. Okay, guys, I know that we have been taking, like David has been taking like a while to set this up correctly, but there is like some technical issues. We don't know why is that. So we were trying to make the better viewing experience for you. So we are right now sharing our screens. Let me just, I can stop the camera, and can I?
Just try sharing your screen. Let's see.
I already am presenting it.
But it's not showing.
So right now, guys, you can see the screen and you can hear me and see me. Can anybody confirm on that on the YouTube chat? It's on. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Thank you. Nope. Are you sure? Edu, can you? Okay. Some people are saying yes. So cool, guys. Cool, guys. Thank you. Thank you. You are a very, very beautiful audience. We love your activity, and you're helping us to making this better experience. But I'm promising you, and I think also David promising you that the next day will be very, very good, because the technical issues that we faced today, I think he has been already preparing more setup to go live tomorrow, I think. So let's start viewing the software that we have been building. Okay, so let's log out. So again, this is a web app that has been built on Adalo. It's the first educational courses platform for people with disabilities. Again, so let's try to log in. Here is the guest login. Let's go to the guest login, and it asks me if I'm new, if I'm a new user. Do you have suffer? Are you suffering from any impairments? Do you have trouble at vision? So let's say I don't have any trouble at vision. So you will see like a home screen, like any web app or like a mobile app, because it was meant to be very, very simple for people with disabilities. So the screen would be like have a limited screen. It's not like a desktop or a desktop web app or something. It should be like they can use it on their mobiles, or they can use it from the web browsers with their screen readers. So it has to be simple. But here we are seeing the home screen of the default user. That's the deaf people and the people who can see, the normal people, the sighted people. So as you can see, it's like any normal app. You have like the main categories list. It's a list. It's a custom list anyway, but you have all the courses. You can go to this course, you can play the course, you can unenroll, or you can add it to your courses. you can go to the lesson and start playing it. You can mark it as completed. You can go to the home screen. You can search for courses. This is like the search model. You can search for courses. Let's search about Braille course, and here it is. Anyway, so basically this is the very basic app, and here is my courses, the courses that I have been enrolled. I can continue learning, and here I can see my account. But here is also like feature customizability features for Adalo. You can make a conditional screens. Let's say in our case, in Teva Learn, we needed to make two different interfaces. The two different interfaces would have a regular interface that you have been seeing, this interface with the bottom navigation bar that we are used to. But in the case of the blind people or the people who can see and have trouble at vision, they can enable the accessibility feature that we have been built. And it's not a very complicated feature. It takes you to another interface, a conditional interface, where it would be like more simpler. Like you see here, the bottom navigation bar has been disappearing, has been disappeared. So, and here we have like the top navigation bar, and we have like a very, very basic list, very, very simple list that could accommodate their disability. Because people with visual impairments, or the blind people, when they use the computer or they use their mobile, they use something called screen readers. The screen readers is something that read each element sorted in the screen. So it reads "Hey Eve" in text to speech. So it says, "Hey Eve, what do you want to learn today?" And then he swipe left or click the down arrow, so it reads "Explore" or "My Courses" or "Accounts." So the screen has to be created in a more simpler way to accommodate the user experience and their challenges using these apps. So basically, it's all the same, but it's the user flow is different. So also in our demo for today for Tiva Learn, in Adalo also you can create complicated internal tools even for your business. For example, we have built in this app, in the same app, in the same development process, an admin panel where the moderators or the admins can add courses. Here is the form of adding a course, can add lessons, can edit. The users can see all the users that we have, like edit their details and stuff like that. And you can see here the courses and how many people are enrolled, how many minutes, and I can edit even the course details or delete it. So this has been also built in Adalo. I don't need to go to something else to build my dashboard or something. I have built all of my needs in here. So basically, let's go to the kitchen. So let's take a pause for a second here. Do anybody have a question right now on what you have seen? Like any quick questions regarding regarding what you have seen or something? Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so let's continue. So let's go to the back door of the kitchen. Let's see how it has been made. Basically, Adalo is, like as we said, I don't want to repeat myself for the people who has been with us since the beginning, but Adalo is literally an app builder that uses some blocks to build your app very, very fast. Like Tiva Learn has been built in 24 hours for an investor pitch and a demonstration. uh, After you learn the basics and understand what do you want your app or product to function, and what's the feature and what's the looks if you have these things in mind, you will build your app in a snap. So basically it's like a design software, but it's more complicated. Like if you're using Figma, or if you're using Adobe XD, if you're using InVision Studio, it's just like having some ready-made blocks, and you can customize the blocks, and then you can integrate the back end. So any app, it's consisted from two things, like the front end and the back end. The front end is like the elements that the user interface the user sees, like the user interface, and the back end is like the database that you have for application. Let's say for a booking app like Airbnb, what's your database? Your database is your hotel information, your users. That's basically it. This is the most important elements. For a dating app, you have like the users database, the user preferences, and that's it. You don't have like to have a lot of backend. You know, you need to understand the databases, or the data that will contain the information that the app uses. So in here, you just build the app by blocks, and then integrate, customize it. So basically, let's add some screen here. I can add, call it test screen, and I can just add like some image to it. Let's put an image in here, and let's add like some simple list in here, and that's it. It's very, very simple. It's very, very basic, and that's how all of this product that you have seen, that it might take developers, very, very 10x, very, very good developers to do like in a week or something. It can be built in a matter of days, in a matter of one day, if you understand the basics, if you know what your product gonna function in, and you can just quickly go to use this MVP for user testing, and raising some funds like we did. So basically, this is like the home screen. It's already an image, a text block, a button, another button in some in another form, another button. That's it. Here is like an image, a form, a button, and like a background container. That's it. That's simple. Here, for example, the home screen, the conditional home screen, we have like this list. It's a more complicated or custom list. It's contained from a text, just a shape, a list in a list. That's it. It's very simple. And here is like, this is like, you see here is a search bar. It's not a search bar, it's a button. When you click it, you go to the search screen list, where you can add like, here for example, if you can see the components, where we can add some components. Let's add some lists. Here I can add any kind of list, like you see, image list, card list. And basically, the apps, if you thought about it, if your app has a really simple idea that needs to go to market really fast, and then start to complicate it and go through the normal software development cycle, you can just add here like all the things that you need, like lists, buttons, because apps are made of lists, buttons, and input fields. That's it. That's what apps and websites are made of, basically. I'm simplifying this a lot, but basically, if you thought about it, you'll find it this is true. Anyway, this is like the admin dashboard that's already has been done in here, and you can see why Adalo is special and why David is trying to promote it in here, because Adalo has an integrated database collections. You won't go to another software or another service to add your databases in here. So you will have here your users, and here is the input fields or the database fields that you need. For me, for example, here's the categories. I can add the categories over here. Here is my categories for the app. This is the database collection. It's already in here. All of your needs are already in here. Here's the courses, here's the lessons, and I can relate or make like relations. If you're familiar with databases or even Notion or a simple note-taking app, I can relate this item to this item in another database and just connect your app. So basically, this tool or Adalo makes you do like an MVP if you have like very, very complicated software, or if you have like a very, very simple idea or an idea that has been already made by awesome companies like Tinder or Airbnb or such, you can do it in here, but you can further develop on it and make like the user experience different, and it's applicable to do this. Like if we see here, here's the Adalo website, the home screen. You can see it's already very easy. You can add some blocks, you can change colors, you can even deploy it from Adalo. You can just download the APK or something, or and deploy it to Google Play or the App Store. So it's very simple. You can integrate it with a lot of services like Zapier, Make.com, or Integromat, Google Maps, and so such on. You can add payment gateways with Stripe, geolocation. It has been it will be like a very good journey to you to start doing your app. For instance, if you went to appacademy.adala.com, you will have like more than 70 courses that makes you learn how to build like an Instagram clone or Airbnb clone. So basically, you can do anything. The limitation is just your mind. Every trick, everything is in this tool can have a work around it, and you can build it. Like because there is limitations, but if you thought about it, you can build your MVP and start raising money. You start getting some users. You start can get some traction, and then worry about the rest some other time. Because for startup owners and business leaders or founders, you don't need to go all the time searching for a CTO or a developer that you're gonna hire for some money or something. If you know what your needs are, you can start building your solution ASAP and try it on, then worry about the rest, because you will already have a working product. Then you will worry about the rest when you raise money or start gathering money from your users or your customers. Thank you, everyone. I hope this has been helpful. Now let's get back to David. I'm gonna stop my share. If you have any questions, you can contact me on hello@assisteva.com. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Haytham. Thank you so much for being part of the session. Thank you so much. This has been really nice. It started out as a very bumpy ride. All right, and then I'm also really thankful to everyone that still stayed with us, because um you know usually sometimes when something is when something is good, there's always going to be some sort of problem in between somehow. So with his session, I believe that you have been able to learn and see some possibilities within Adalo, within using no code to actually develop products. So he was actually making a presentation as though he's talking to startup founders, right? So in this session, we know that we have like guys that are like entrepreneurs, startup founders trying to like build the MVPs, and we also have like guys who are they are just techies, and they're technical talents, and they just want to learn how to use this tool to build products, and then of course get paid by their clients and all, right? So this is going to be like a very interesting training session. So from tomorrow, we're going to have like a way interesting session, because we're not going to have all these challenges that we have faced today with regards to all the technicalities, because it has been sorted out. And then from tomorrow, we're going to have like a very smooth session. So what's going to happen right now, it's we're going to just try to see how to build something really small. Yeah, so we can try to build some sort of feed, let's say a to-do list, or we're going to just play around with the tool and just see what we can create. And then you're going to see how fast it is to create something with Adalo, instead of like writing codes, right? So we're going to like try to use Adalo like real quick. So yes, I'm going to share my screen, and then you're going to see me do stuff. Like I will try to use the software to do something like really simple, and then after working on it, we can actually like end the session for today, and then prepare very well for tomorrow's session. So so at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and then present my screen, so you can see my screen. So yeah, so I don't know, can we all see my screen? Please, if you can see the guys in the studio, if you can see my screen, just like tell me yes. Haytham, you can see my screen, right? Okay, great. All right, so this is Adalo, and before we just go straight to it, I think there's something I would just like to demo quickly, which was already made in one of the videos that was created to make you anticipate the training. So this is the back end of the application. Like I said in the tutorial, all right. So this is something like really really simple, and then it was created to make it easy for business owners who want to, they want to like create an MVP for their product, but of course they don't know how to use Adalo. They don't have the time to use Adalo, and then they also don't have money. They don't have a lot of money to pay in bulk for the whole thing. So we created something like really simple. Yeah, we created a product that will allow these business guys to um, that will allow them to go through the gallery of available applications that they can choose from, that they want built for them. And then not just that alone, they can like pay installmentally for it. They can actually pay in 6 installments. It's something that Illspace is trying to develop to see how to help startup founders who are not really like so tech inclined, and but they still need their MVPs built for them, right? Because our business is purely focused on technical talents and small and mid-sized business owners. So I will just try to demo this like really quick, and then from there we can move to it. So this is we do that right now. So this is the application. This is the application, and normally from every single mobile application, as soon as you like step into the app, like when you log into the app or try to interface with the app, you get to see a splash screen, which is like it's always the logo of the organization and maybe some other few things like that. And so that's the same thing is happening here. So these are mobile app is called Make MVP, right? And it's an application from Illspace. So I'll just go ahead and try to see how to demo these so we can like see how it works. Okay. So I will click on this icon here, so it will take me to the login page here. So now there's an account already here, but I won't use this because I want you to see the onboarding process. But before I do that, let me just log in so you can see what's possible. What's this account? Oh, this account doesn't exist, so we will use Sam at gmail.com. Okay, so I will just try to log in into the application so we can see what's there. All right, so this is the application itself, and then it's like like very really 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 simple. So if you can see here, the account owner is actually Samson Idowu, and then this is like the icon for this is his profile image, right? And then these are like some of the projects that this particular client has indicated interest in, right? So the just like I said earlier, the application is actually for business owners who are trying to get a particular app built for them, right? Yes. So they actually get to come on the application like this, and then what they do is they can first of all come to maybe their profile. They can come to their profile and then maybe do some editing. Actually, they can like edit their profile here, put their name, username, phone number, change the image here. All right. And then they can also log out, right? And then but the main feature of the application is the client comes here to search for a product that is available. So when the client comes here, can see like several products, like this is a running app. It's $1,500, and then There's a right healing app, dating app, e-commerce app, and then they can just like, click here to see some more features of the application. So when they click here, they'll see like some sort of thumbnail for the application, and then they see more details. They see the development cost is $3,000. They see the payment plan, and then they can actually click to book a session, which is going to take them out to Calendly, right? And then after that, somehow it gets recorded in database that this particular user is interested in getting this particular application done for them. So from there we can actually get to like reach out to the client. Then for other users who just want to go ahead and then click to make payment, they can actually just come to order now, and then they can just click to pay now. And then what happens is that they get to like it records some sort of payment, but it hasn't taken them out of that. We're still working on that. Okay, so this is like just to demo it, and then this application has like two sides of it, which is the part that has to do with the admin, and the part that has to do with the client itself, which was already showed in the tutorial that we created before now. So just to start using the tool itself, I'm going to like close this, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a new project. So this is, as soon as you create an account with Adalo, all right. I had already dropped a link on the WhatsApp group, so we can like check it there, and then use a link and then create an account. All right. So after you've done that, you have your own dashboard like this. But before you have something like this, you're supposed to like create a new application. So you can just click here, and then you will see where to create a new application. And then on trying to create a new application, it will ask you what kind of application do you want to make. Do you want to make a native mobile app, or you want to make a desktop web application? Now, so Adalo makes it so very interesting because you can actually build both web applications and mobile application on just one platform. And not just that alone, right? You can actually get to build it such that it works on both Android devices and also Apple devices, right? It's like really cool. All right, so what we're just going to do now is we're going to try to build a native mobile application, something really simple, so you can just see the possibilities within this application. And then from there we will like have further classes where we get to like build real products. So by tomorrow, which is going to be the day 2 of the training, we're going to try to replicate what was already built. That's the Make MVP application. I will show you how to build it like from start to finish, so you can actually understand how to build it, right? Because it is really better to try to teach people how to do a particular thing by starting a project and then taking it from start to the end, right? So we will try to build the Make MVP application, and then you get to see all the different nitty-gritties that was involved in like making it happen like that. Then from there we'll try to build other applications like a co-working space booking, a co-working space booking application, where freelancers can actually get to search for co-working spaces nearest to them, and then like try to book it. And then we will build some other application just to make sure that you get like really good, really used to using Adalo to build your projects. All right, so we'll just click on the native app here, and then you click on next. And when you click on that, it will ask you to choose a template, right? So there are different templates here. There's directory, ordering, appointments, to-do list, chart, a lot of templates here, but I wouldn't recommend you to use any templates. So we'll just start with blank. All right, so you click on blank, and then you choose next. When you choose this, it will ask you to pick a name for your application. So you have to like come up with a name. So this is just gonna be, let's say, Nocode app. No code. Let's just call it no code, or what do we call it? To-do list, right? Yeah. So to-do list. So a to-do list, right? App, something like this. Then I will try to just pick. Not really very good with colors, so we will just use the color here, and I hope it's cool for you too. So we will click on create here, and then on clicking on create, we're taken into the backend platform where you get to like build the real application, and after that you can actually get to preview it or share it with your audience, right? So okay, so I will go ahead and then just try to continue with this. So here, when you create like a new application, you'll get to see like 3 screens that are made available for you for free. Yeah, so these are like usually like the basic and most important screens when creating a mobile application. It's basically the sign up, the login page, and the home screen, right? Yeah, because almost every mobile application has to have this, these screens. Yeah, so it's already made for you, and then there are some few things you need to notice, which is very important for the beginning of your use of Adalo. Now, if you click on this particular screen right now, it tells you that this is the sign up screen, right? And then if you tap on this, you get to see the screen navigation type. So it will tell you that this particular screen is the welcome screen. So you click on this to see what a welcome screen is. So a welcome screen is the first screen if a user is not logged in. So what screen do you want your user to see if the user is not logged in yet? That's usually supposed to be the splash screen, right? So when you're trying to create your splash screen, this is like the setting you have to do. So you can create your splash screen and then go ahead and you know select and choose the screen that is going to be your welcome screen. And so now when that happens, whenever you share the link to your audience, when they click on the application, the very first screen they see is a screen that has to do with the welcome screen, right? So this is very important because almost every single mobile application has a splash screen, just like we saw in make MVP, right? Okay, so we'll just continue with that. So this is like the very first screen, and it's the welcome screen. And then there's another icon here on top of this other screen that I'm currently looking at. So it's here. You see home screen. So if you click on that, and then you come here to this particular part of the screen, you see that the screen navigation type is the home screen, right? Yes. So now this simply means this is the first screen if a user is logged in. So the other one, which is the welcome screen, is the screen that a user sees before the login. Then this particular screen is the screen the user sees after they've logged in, right? So you can actually get to tweak and change this thing depending on how your mobile application, depending on the UI UX design of your mobile application. Now, every single conventionally, right? Your before you build a mobile application, what happens is that you're supposed to create a UI UX design, right? So you're supposed to create a UI UX design first before you build an app, right? So, but if you want to reverse engineer it, you can actually use Adalo to create your UI UX designs. But it's still advisable to actually build your UI UX designs, using Figma or any other tool that you're familiar with. And then from our survey, we discovered that we have like a good number of people who are in the community that are like very good with UI UX designs. So so we'll just continue with this. We're going to do something like really simple. Then we'll learn how to like create a list. Yeah, in almost every mobile application, what happens is that you should be able to create a list. You should be able to view, like see the display of the list. That means you create a form. All right, so you create a form first. The form is used in collecting details from the users. They can type in details from their keyboard into the database of the application, and then in some other time they should be able to see, like they should be able to read it, right? Read the details that are found in the database of the application. Okay, so and then of course to be able to manage the whole application, there has to be updating and deleting. I think in coding exactly identified as crude. So there's create, there's read, there's update, and then there's delete. So yes, and I think edit falls under updates there. Yeah, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Like right now we will create a to-do list, and I believe already know what a to-do list is. So a to-do list is some application or tool that you use in typing in things you want to do it in a particular day, right? Yeah, so right, so you have like maybe today is Tuesday, so you want to create a to-do list for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right? So we're going to like try to implement that. That means we will create it such that we can fill a form that will allow us to put things inside the database, and then after that we can actually get those things out of the database and then manage it by editing or deleting, right? So let's just try to do that immediately right now. Okay, so for before we continue with that, I would like to show you this other part, which I believe you've already seen. So this is like the section where you see where you can actually add different components. Every application is made up of several components. All right. In Flutter, it's called widgets. And then, but here we just have like, we call them components. So we have the text component, the button component, the simple list component, app bar, the image component, form component, a lot of things. And everything here is made available for you for free. You don't have to like, write codes for it. And it's like really cool and simple to use. Then we have the part that has to do with the database, internal database here. So you can actually get to create different database, right? And then, use it in your application. So this is like the CarryCom database, like the one that comes with you creating like a default application. All right. So it is the database of the users. If you click on this, you're going to get to see the details here. So we have the email, we have the password, we have the username, we have the full name. You can add as many properties here. So these ones are called the properties. The other one is called the collection. So here is the collection. So if at all you're already familiar with the coding, it's called table. Yeah, so these are like the different tables. So but here it's called collection. So we have the collections. You can add other collections, like right now we're going to have a collection for our to-do list. So we can just say to-do list here. So we can say to-do list. All right, so we just call it to-do list. And then because for us to be able to like create a form and then put stuff inside the database, we have to also prepare the database to collect these details. But even before we do that, we can just simply like create something here. So I will come here and then I will put a form. I will click here. This is where you click the icon here, the plus icon, and then you see where there's a form here, and then you click on it, and then you just drag it. As soon as you click on it, it's already there on your mouse, your mouse icon. Then you can just drag it to this particular point. It's like really cool. So this is like your form already. So now the way the form is right now, it is already carrying like different identities. There's field 1, field 2, field 3, and the rest, right? So now this is because it's using like some default data like somewhere. So for us to be able to give it data, we have to come to the database collection here. So we have to like tell it, okay, what are the details that we need in our in our form. So I think here we can collect the day. We can say day. That means it's either a Monday, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So day, and then we can just say add another text and say what do you want to do? Something like, okay, let's just call it task, right? So here is the task. So the day, and then you can have like the task, right? So this is the day. So when the user is actually trying to use the application, so they are going to like type the day, so maybe Monday, and then they write the different things that they want to do for that day. We just want to create something like really simple so that we see how the application works. And then another thing we can just quickly do is we can add another property, which is image. Yes, so we can add a property here and say image. So okay, so image. Do we need image? Okay, yes, we can do this, or yeah, let's just add image. Okay, so but for here, I think instead of writing task, we just say task 1, right? Yeah, so task 1. That means because you can have like multiple tasks. So then we create another property, and then we call it let's say task 2. Task 2. Then let's just assume that you do 3 things in a day. Okay, so we have task 3. I'll try to see how I can make this session really, really short, because we've already like taken so much time during the technical challenges that we had. So all right, so we have like just 3 tasks. All right, so now I will just try to rearrange this, so you can just click and rearrange it. And then the image here, so this image can just be like maybe the reward you give yourself for the reward you give yourself for finishing all your tasks in that day. Yeah, I think so. So we can use that as the reward. And at some point, we'll try to download some images we can use as reward. So it should be food. I think so. Okay, so so after you've created these these properties for your collection, which is called to-do list, what you can just do is you can click here now. When you click on this particular the form field in the screen, you can go ahead and click here on, there's a question here that says which data collection, right? So this form now is collecting data for what kind of database, like which of the database do you want it to put these stores inside. So we can click here and then say, oh, we wanted to store these things in the to-do list database. So when you do that, it will pop out every single thing that had to do with that particular database. So this is it. The screen overflows like this. So you can click on the main screen in the entire screen itself, and then drag this one down like this, right? So you now have that the form carries it to ask the person to enter the day, and then and enter task one, enter task two, and task three, and then select the image here is like, you what you're giving yourself for being able to complete a particular task for the day, right? So what we would do now is we have created this form. So where will this form go to? Like after the user has created this form, it is supposed to go somewhere. So if we go ahead and then uh preview this quickly, let's say preview, it is going to take us to the welcome screen, which is like the very first screen the user sees before the login. And then what happens here is you can actually get to fill in the details here. So I would just use a detail. Let's just say sam@gmail.com, and then I'll use password 12345. Then I'll just say Samson. Yeah, so Samson Noir. Okay, so we have this. So we try to remember that. Then you just click on sign up. So when you click on sign up, it will put these things inside the database, and then it will show you the home screen. Don't forget, the home screen is what your user sees immediately they log into the application. So this is the home screen now. And then of course this is not like how conventional home screens look like, but we're just trying to like see how to use the application. So you can easily see it here. So you can do day one is let's say today is Tuesday, right? So okay, no, let's just start from tomorrow, Wednesday. So Wednesday, what am I doing on Wednesday? Uh eat, wake up from bed, and then brush my teeth. What else? Look at my emails. All right, so these are like the to-do list, the different things that I don't know who will be doing this though. So, but this is it. So you wake up from bed, you brush your teeth, and then you look at your emails. Then you can just like let's try to see something here. So food image, rice, fried rice. So this is more like something you can just use in rewarding yourself, something you can just use in rewarding yourself for being able to like complete your task. So I will just save this image, and then we will use it. So let's say fried rice. Okay, so that's it. So I will come back to the application, and then so here it is. So I can click this, and then it will take me to my my system, and then I can select the picture, and then I will use it here. So I will just wait until it fully loads, and then that's it. I can just go ahead and click to create the to-do list. All right, so it has, but this is really bad UI because uh after it has done a particular thing, it's supposed to like tell you, maybe take you to another page, right? Take it to another page so that you can like see what you had created. So but now this just tells you to fill another thing, right? So we will try to create other screens just to make it look cool. All right, so we will go here to, let's just save this. We'll go here to back to the dashboard, and then we will create another screen. For you to create another screen, like an extra screen on the app, on the platform, you can just click on the plus icon. This is where you get every single thing you want on Adalo. So you click on add screen, and then you can choose blank screen, or you can choose app bar. That means the app bar has like some sort of title, and then you can put in some things inside the body, right? So we'll just go with this, and then we'll call it uh to-do list to-do list details. Okay, yeah, so we click on create, and then so this is it. All right, so now when we do this, right, what happens next is we're going to try to see how we can get those things that we already put in the database, right? So I will just come to click on the plus button, and then it brings you here. So we want to go use some sort of list, right? We want to use some sort of list to get all the different things that we have, from the database with regards to the to-do list database collection, right? So I'll just click on this custom list because I want to be able to customize the features. We have different stuffs here. We have simple list, card list. This one is the one that can behave like a carousel, and then this is another one that has to do with, like, it's basically for avatar. And then we have horizontal chip list, we have horizontal card list, a lot of cool stuffs here. So we will just try to start with using the custom list here. So I'll click on that and I'll bring it here. And then okay, so now what happens is I'm going to go ahead and tell it that, okay, this particular collection, this particular list is going to be from the collection to-do list, right? That means it is taking all the different things that I have stored in the database in to-do list. It will show it here. So what are the things that we have in database? We have the date, we have the task 1, we have task 2, task 3, and then we have the image. So I will just go ahead and rearrange this. So for you to rearrange the details that are here is a custom list, so you can customize different things here, unlike the other list where you can really customize things. So here I will just click on it and then double click inside it. So I can now click on the text property here. I will click on that, and then I can just hold down shift and then select the two and then push them to the side like this. Okay, so what I will do here now is I will try to say tax 1. No, I'll just say day. All right, so I'll say day, and then that's it. Then I will try to adjust this to enter inside here, then click on this and drag it inside here. Then I will try to adjust this also, the main card itself, so it can give me lots of space to write other things. Okay, so I have that. I have this the subtitle here is just a text, so I'll just change it to task 1, and then I will hold down alt, then click and drag this, or just hold this, then click drag down. I'll just copy and paste. Just copy and paste it, but you can always use alt and drag down. So here's the task 2. Task 2. Then we're gonna have the next thing. Copy and paste. It's just Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Makes it easy for you. Then this is gonna be task 3. We are very close to the end of this particular application, and then we will just end the lesson for today. Well, we're almost there. So what happens now is we're going to let's try to make this a little bit shorter, right? So I selected this. Selected everything. So I have to double tap inside, then click on this, then hold down shift and select every single thing that is inside. Just standard things, standard processes when you're trying to create, select multiple things. All right. So I will just adjust this back inside, and then adjust this, all of them. Okay. So now I've done that for the text. But we're not done yet because we're just typing things. We're not telling it to take, where do you take these things from, right? So we'll come back here and then we'll click on image. I want to put the image, property here. So we can just adjust it, resize it. It's really simple to adjust. Okay, so maybe like this right now. So I will go ahead and then click on this. Right, and then here you can actually get to choose what detail is supposed to show on the right hand side of this particular text. So with that, we can use this magic text here. It's called a magic text because it's magical, I think. So you can click on it there, and then you can, when you click on it, it will ask you what exactly do you want to put in front of it. All right, so you can click it. You see current to-do list. There's login users, details, and all that. So that's not what we want to put there. Want to just select stuff from the to-do list, the current to-do list, right? And then what are we selecting from there? We want to select the day. So we put this here now. It's a dynamic data from the database, and it's like really cool to use. So the tax one here, we do the same thing. So just put a colon there, and then we select the task one. Then this one, we go ahead and do the same thing. Select the tax two, and then we do the same thing for tax three. Okay, tax three. All right, then we are done, right? The next thing we can just quickly do is we can go ahead and then click on this image to also select it. So with the image now, it's you have to also select the source, right? So you click on this select, then you can either upload or database. So we want it to come from database. So current to-do list and then image. So this is it. So now if at all we go back to previewing the application, and then we will be able to like see this. But now we need a button that should be able to take us to that screen. So let's say we adjust this a little bit, and then we add another button, right? I just want to add a button under the create to do list button. So I click here, I go back to components, and I click on the button component. Then I will just like drag it. It's just more like using like a graphics tool. Then I will just call this view recent to-do list. All right, so it has an icon. So buttons always have icons that can start from the beginning and all. So but I will just take off the icon. Yeah, so view recent to-do list. That means after you've created it, of course this page loads again, so you can actually just click on this button to take you here. But now when you create a button like this, you have to tell the button where to go to when it's been clicked. So Adalo like makes it like really, really simple. So what you just do is when you click on the component, what you do is you come to add action. This is the component property, right? This is the component property here. So you go ahead and then click on the add action. And when you click on it, it asks you what action do you want to add to that button. So there are several things you want to do here. So there's create, there's update, there's delete, which we will try to check it out. We will, new integration, more custom action, notifications, a lot of things. Location, this one is like for premium accounts. So you can say, oh, I want to just link it, I want it to just go to another screen, and that screen is the to-do list details screen, right? So we just click on this. So you see it will show you like some sort of arrow, like a curved arrow that takes you to there. That means is some things that are happening here is actually going to this particular form. So it's actually this particular thing. And then you can just click on done. All right, so if we go ahead and then preview the application again, we will see how it works. I think it might still, okay, yeah, we still have like a logged in session, so that's why it's showing this particular one. But now if you come here, you can see view recent to-do list. So if you click on this now, you get to see stuff from the database. So cool, and it's really simple, right? Imagine if I told you were to write codes for this would take you like a lot of time, and then of course you'll be doing lots of debugging. I know what I'm saying because I write Flutter and Dart. All right, so but now this is like really, really simple and easy, right? So you get to see the day, which is Wednesday. The task one, wake up from bed. Task two, brush my teeth. Task three, look at my emails, right? So this is exactly what was from the database. So let's just try to make this list a little bit plenty. Let's just add like one more, just one more. So let's say you want to give yourself what shawarma. Yeah, shawarma. So yeah, I like shawarma. So you can just click on this, and I will just try to download this image so we can use it. Can it just finish loading? Okay, yes, so it has finished loading. And then I will just save this image. Oh, it's a web page. I want something that is just JPEG. I think this might work. Okay, so save. Oh, this works. So let's just say shawarma. I don't know if I spelled it correctly. So, but that's it. So we will come back to this, and then let's just preview it again, and then create like one more thing into our to-do list. Yeah. So I will. Day two is another day is just Wednesday. Then Wednesday. So Wednesday. Just say wake up from bed. Check my emails. Check my emails. Call my mom. Call my mom. All right, then. So if I get to do this, I get to reward myself. So I can just click on this and then upload an image. Wait until it loads, and then from there we'll just like create the to-do list. So I will create it. All right, now this is created, right? So I can just go ahead and click view recent to-do list. Now the way Adalo works, it's you can always set and say, of course, what comes on top and what comes below. So, but from the current settings, any new thing, stacks on top. Of course, that's almost how every single platform works, even in social media, right? So, but you can actually change this. If you want your stops to come from under, it's fine. It can also work like that. So the next thing we're gonna just do now is just two more extra things, and then we close the session for today. Yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to make it possible for you to delete what you have created, like take something out of the database, right? Okay, before we do that, we could just like create a button for edit. Yeah, so we can just come here to add components, and then we scroll down, then you see buttons, then you see icon here. So I'll just click on it and it follows me down to here, and then I will just put it on top of here. Then I will change the icon to something that looks like pencil. It's more like the 8-bit icon. So I'll click on this. Then I can reduce the size of the icon to maybe 16. Then now basically what this icon is going to do is it's going to take me to a form, another page that is going to allow me to edit the things that are here. When you create something, you might make mistakes when you're creating. Maybe you uploaded the wrong picture, so you need to edit it. So we'll do edit and then delete, just those two things, and then we end it and the lessons for today. So we will click on this, and then what happens is that we will go ahead and then click on this to create a new screen. So when you click on that, it takes you to a new screen, right? And then so we click on this and then say edit to-do list. Edit to-do list, right? That we're naming our screen edit to-do list. And then we have this screen here. So what happens is that when you click on this, it should take you to this part. So we have to tell it that, okay, when the user clicks on the icon, it should take the user to that particular screen. So how do we do that? We come to action here. All right, then we click on it, and then we go to link, and then we say edit to-do list. All right, and now what happens is that it sends all the data, in the previous list to the next screen. So send this data to edit to-do list screen. That's what happens. So now when we come here now, what do we want to do? We want to be able to like bring a form again, right? And we're going to edit these details from the form. So we come here, we click form, and then we bring it here. All right, we bring it here, and then we say what kind of form are we editing? We're editing the to-do list form. And then but this time around, we're not creating the list, we're updating the list. If you see it here on the button, it's saying create to-do list. We're not creating, we want to update. So what you do is you click on that and then see the action. What do you want the form to do? We don't want it to create a new to-do list, we want it to update current to-do list. All right, so you select current, update current to-do list, and then so the detail here changes to update current to-do list. So now let's just make it a little bit cool, right? So when you update something, it should take you back to this page, the main to-do list details page, right? So here, another call to action, another action that we will give to that, the update to-do list button. We come to that page, the screen here, then we will see updates to-do list, and then the first action is that it is updating the to-do list of the current detail, right? And then we can add another action, and we say link it back to to-do list. So after you've updated it, just take us back to to-do list, right? Instead of leaving us to that same page, just take us back to to-do list. And then another thing, let's just make this really cool. If you're creating a particular detail from the home page here, when you click on create to-do list, the submit button is supposed to create the to-do list, and after that it should also link back to the to-do list details page, right, where you can now go ahead and either edit or delete. So like that, now we have these details, right? Okay, so let's just add one more thing and then we're done with that. We're done with today's training. So we come here to button, and then we drag another button down here, and that's going to be the delete button. And we come here, we try to change it. That's there's an icon for delete. So we can use this, and we try to maintain the same thing. So it's gonna be 16 like the other one. So here we can change the color of the icon to maybe red, just to make you understand that it's danger stuff. Then so now when you want to delete this, normally when you want to delete a particular application, all right, you're supposed to be prompted, by by a pop-up that says, oh, are you sure you want to delete this? So we have to still implement that. So what do? We can come here to the add component section, and then we go to add screen, and then we can just search for pop-up. No, what is that thing called? um okay, so let me just like try to find it, or we would just create it new again from scratch. uh Okay, so it's called a modal, right? Yeah, that's skipped my memory. So it's called a modal. So you search for modal, you see it here, so you can just click on it and just say, we can just call it pop-up, right? Let's call it what we know. So pop-up. So now this is the pop-up that will show when you try to delete something. So you click on this. So we will just edit what is here and say, are you sure you want to delete the the list, right? Are you sure you want to delete the list, right? Then, so if the user says cancel, it takes the user back to the previous page. If the user says yes, so we can change this to yes instead of okay. So we just say, yes, I want to delete it. So now it's going to take the user, it's going to delete it and still take the user back to to-do list. So what we're going to do is we're going to like make the action happen right now. So when you come here and then on this particular screen, you click on delete, what does it do? It's supposed to take you to the pop-up, right? The delete pop-up. We'll try to rename that next time. Delete pop-up. All right. Now, when it takes you to the delete pop-up, now this is how the delete pop-up looks like. So you're expected to click on the button here that says yes. So when you click on the button that says yes, what happens? Scroll down here and and let's just delete this. This was just the initial thing. Then you add an action, delete current to-do list, right? You delete the current to-do list, and then after you've deleted it, there should be something else that happens. Let's link it back to the to-do list page, and that's the end of today's training. Because with that, now our application should work like really, really well. So let's go back to demoing the application and see how it works. Okay, so this is it. So you can actually get to create something new. We're not creating something new, we just want to delete what we've already done. Then so we can click on view recent to-do list. Here now you can see the beautiful edit button and the delete icon here. So of course with better UI you can have like something really cool. So you can click on the icon there. It shows you everything that is from the database. So you can actually say, instead of task 2 being check my emails, as just say check my Facebook. No, I think I would prefer going to LinkedIn. So check my LinkedIn. All right, so then I update it. When I update it, it takes me to where? Takes me back to the to-do list. So if you observe, check my LinkedIn, it has changed. It wasn't what it was before. It was check my email, but now it's check my LinkedIn, right? So now let's go to the next feature we just created, which is delete. So you can click on this, and then it tells you, are you sure you want to delete the list? And then you can just say cancel, and it takes you back to here, right? And then if you actually want to delete it, you just click on this and say yes, I want to delete it, and it goes away. So that's like a very simple to-do list, which we can like optimize and make it like really, really cool. So we've actually like spent a lot of time on today's session. Next session, which is tomorrow, we will use between 1 hour to 1 hour 30 minutes for all our sessions. We won't have all the technical challenges that we've had today. We won't have that anymore. And then I believe that you have been able to learn a couple of things you've learned a couple of things from today's session, and then you have been able to like understand that it's actually really, really easy to use Adalo to build mobile applications. In our subsequent classes, we're going to like check out how to use it to make web applications. And of course, this training is free, and we will make sure that you really understand this. So we will be having our question and answer sessions every Thursday, and it's always going to be the same time. That's 2 p.m. Nigerian time. So during the question and answer sessions, you can ask real time questions, and I will, like, assist you with whatever challenge that you have in your application. You can share your screen, and then I will just guide you on the things you can do. And then also we will be creating like tutorials in between, just to address certain challenges that uh that some of the the trainees will be having, the participants will be having, right? So if you have any challenge, what you should just do is, you can drop it in the community, the Nocode Africa community, on WhatsApp, or you can just send the complaints, the challenge, directly to me on WhatsApp, and then I will like compile the list, and then during the question and answer session, we will just address the whole thing, and then see how we can really help. One of the reasons why we are doing this is because uh, at the end of the 6 week training, we're going to be launching Talcon, right? And Talcon is going to be a platform that will connect you to jobs, right? It's going to be a platform that will connect you to paying clients that will pay you to build web and mobile applications for them using no code, really. So and also for other guys, other technical talents that know how to really do hard coding, and of course digital marketing, UI UX, and the rest. So we're trying to see how we can have like more talented people in more people in Africa that actually know how to do real stuff, like real build real tech, because technology is one of the things that will really really drive the African economy. So this is the end of today's lesson, and once again, thank you very much for staying on this this session, because we had like a very rocky intro, but a lot of people still stayed, and that's really interesting, right? Because one of the things that will help you to really go far in life is your ability to exhibit your patience when things don't really go the way you want it to go. And then of course we don't give up, because we really need to make sure that today's lesson happens, and happens really well, and it likely did. So we thank you for your patience. Thank you for being available on this session. One of the things that you can do for us right now is, please just go ahead and then click on the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to our channel, because this is like one of the ways you can actually help us as an organization, right? Yeah, because it's going to give us more visibility, and then of course it's going to really help us get more people to look at what we are doing. So just click on the subscribe button, and then click on the like button, and of course you can always share it with your friends, and invite people to. We can still try to see how we can help other people to still join this community, even though the deadline has passed, but we won't allow much people to join the community anymore. All right. Yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you very much for being on this session. We're going to see you again tomorrow by 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Thank you very much. Have a very lovely evening. Bye for now.